They have the modern day Nazis, Candace Owens, Tucker, Dave Smith, Anna Kasparian, just that whole modern day Nazi group. Have they mentioned the immigration crisis going on in Europe? Have they mentioned that? Or if they have, they've probably blamed the Jews, right? They probably would. They probably would blame the Jews for the jihadist problem in all of the UK, all of Europe. Yeah, but no, I'm sure they'd find a way to blame the Jews. They're so stupid. It's really a problem. Islam does not assimilate. They don't. They're not there to assimilate. It's very simple. Their Quran says that they're allowed to lie to the infidels. We're the infidels. And once they have enough people in, they don't care about any of your laws. They don't. They don't care. In fact, in the UK today, a guy was trying to hang up a cross in public, and some Muslim came and ripped it down. And then there was a brawl with both. Yeah, can you imagine doing that? It's like me going to the Middle East waving, my American flag. And yeah, they don't have class, okay? They don't, because they have no class to do what these people are doing. Like, they're not even from that country. Most of them are illegal. And yet France seems to be the ongoing problem here with all of it. But yeah, and same thing we had with Joe Biden. Thank God for Donald Trump, really. I mean, even I'll take the higher prices in energy, because I'm not stupid enough to not know that he's the best person to be in. Okay, he just is, and he needs to stay there. I don't want him to go anywhere. I mean, at all. I don't, because this would be us. Like, that's why he's getting rid of these people. They are not here to assimilate. This is all to take the West over. So I'm just wondering, are the modern day Nazis blaming the Jews for this? Because it's getting more and more violent against the citizens, the legal people that belong there. Is Europe still safe? No. Migrant sex crimes surge while children face arrest for self-defense. Yes, I'm sure everyone saw this. And this poor 14-year-old was arrested for wielding the knives. What this tells me, I'm just saying as a psych nurse, is she doesn't feel safe, clearly. She doesn't feel like anybody will keep her safe. That's very sad. Because there is a problem going on with sex, with attacking women in these countries, and young girls especially. Islam is not good to children, okay? Especially children that aren't their own. Again, their Quran tells them that you are not on the good side of things, even though their God tells them to lie. It does. It does. I learned that after, I again, researched into Islam after 9/11. Now, I know the modern day Nazis have managed to convince people. I don't think many people, unless stupid people, are believing that the Jews were behind 9/11. No. Did we have some insiders that looked the other way? Absolutely. In the CIA and FBI, absolutely. But by that time, communists and these Marxists got into the CIA and FBI, so they looked the other way. But it was jihadists. There's no doubt about it. Okay, it wasn't the Jews. But they never mention this stuff, do they? Because I don't think there's a way. I think they'd look really stupid. Like, the Jews are responsible for Europe being flooded with jihadists that are hurting their children and their women. Britain has the most illegal migrants in Europe. How the country is lagging behind continental neighbors in bid to tackle migrant crisis. Yeah, I guess now the people, like in Germany, I was listening to this gentleman, not on here, but it's a YouTube channel called GB News. You can find this on YouTube, GB News. I mean, he just said, no, people, like it says, Islam is not our culture. No, it's not. And they have every right, get them out. Ship them out, who cares? The problem here is France. Yeah, France is the problem. Furious Germans vow to end all immigration and boot France out of Euro. Yeah, because I don't know if it's Macron or why he's not doing anything about it. He seems like the type who doesn't know what to do about it. This was the globalist agenda. Yeah, this is what diversity they wanted. No, they just wanted to take over the West, including us. But thank God for Donald Trump, because we're going in the other direction, obviously. Yes, thank God for Donald Trump. But an American was hurt in Germany yesterday. Yep. He was protecting women that were being harassed by Syrian men. Look at that. Poor kid. Yeah, it was a knife wound. They pulled out a knife when he went to protect the German women. Again, he's American. These were German citizens, German women that were being harassed by Syrian men. And he stepped in to help the women. And they pulled a knife on him. He's an American. I don't know what his name is. I hopefully maybe in a day or two, maybe our news will cover who he is. Yeah. He protecting women, because these people are animals, okay? They are. And they hate your God. Like, that's the thing the intellectuals will never get. Although, this is why they're stupid. They're stupid in the area of common sense, okay? The Islam does not want to assimilate. It's in their entire history they do this, okay? Am I saying every Muslim? No. But the majority of Muslims, they're a small portion. And some of them have been speaking up, but a lot of them are too afraid to speak up. So I'm saying Islam for a reason. Islam is radical, and the majority of them are Islam. They are here to overthrow the country. That is what they are there for. They do not give a shit about your God. They don't give a shit about your Christianity. It's in their entire history, and their Quran tells them to lie and to do what they have to get control of the country. Once there's enough of them in, they just do whatever they want. And it seems to be that's what's already starting to happen. I mean, look, instead of the people that are harassing the 14-year-old girl, the police arresting them, they're arresting the 14-year-old girl because she's scared. Like, that makes no sense. Yeah, this is what the globalists did. So, yeah, I'm just curious because, you know, the modern day Nazis, they blame everything on the Jews. The Jews control the world, right? So the Jews must be behind all the jihadists coming into Europe. I'm sure, right? What a bunch of... it wouldn't surprise me if they said that. It wouldn't. But it would be absolute bullshit too. It's about as much bullshit as the Jews being behind 9/11 is too. So yeah, this is the crisis. Well, Candace Owens and Anna Kasparian and Tucker and all the other modern day Nazis carry on about the Jews this, the Jews that, the Jews control the world. The Jews are responsible for this. The Jews, I'm constipated today. The Jews caused it. You know, I mean, really, it's like so juvenile, all of them. But are any of them talking about, no, they would say this is not a big problem, right? Because who do you think they serve? Well, Islam pretty much is the modern day Nazis, and Anna Kasparian, Tucker, Marjorie, all of them that have been just endlessly going after Israel and the Jews. Yeah, they too align with the Muslim Brotherhood and Islam.